Mr. Shannon has charge.
Please do your civic duty. Stop the madness. They have not proven any charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Sign the verdict form of not guilty on both so we can all go home.
And in the end, the jury sided with the former Illini star Terrence Shannon Jr. Today, he was found not guilty on 2 felony charges. Good evening. I'm Brandon Morano.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Back in December, he was charged with rape after he visited a University of Kansas bar. This whole week, jurors have heard witness testimony from both sides. That continued this morning with U of I assistant coach Tim Anderson and the basketball player himself. WCIA3's Amanda Brennan is live in our newsroom. Amanda, what happened next?
Closing arguments started around 1 p.m. and from there, the jury deliberated for almost 2 hours. Next, words from the judge wrapping up this case that we've been following for the past 6 months. In the next story, we've muted the victim and her friends' names from some of the quotes.
In the state of Kansas versus Terrence Shannon Jr., we, the jury, find the defendant not guilty of rape. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty of aggravated sexual battery.
Those were the words the former Illini and his legal team had been hoping for since he was charged in December. That following an incident at the Jayhawk Cafe in September of 2023 after Shannon went to the Illinois versus Kansas football game. An 18, now 19-year-old said he inappropriately touched her under her skirt that night. That accusation led to this week's trial and some intense closing arguments. Ricardo Leal, the assistant district attorney, went first. He called the victim a typical college student, but the defendant...
Mr. Shannon, he's not the typical college student. He is the 6'7" captain of the basketball team. He's got the NIL deals.
Calling him the big man on campus.
He might as well be the king of the University of Illinois.
And saying Shannon can get anything he wants.
And what he wanted... September 9th of last year. The typical college student dressed to go out for a Friday night.
The defense went next.
This is not about Air Jordans or free stuff. This is about someone's life.
Mark Sutter continued to attack Lawrence police and Detective Josh Leitner.
He doesn't do a thing. The only thing he does is sit in his office and waits for come in and talk to him and says, oh, you Googled him? You found him?
Sutter didn't like how the investigation was handled. Next, he focused on the DNA evidence.
There's no male DNA found inside or outside of the vagina. That blows the case out of the water. We should all walk in the jury room, vote, come back, and leave. But there's so much more.
Then he once again references Arterio Morris. He's the former Kansas basketball player who was dismissed from the team 2 weeks before this incident. That's because he was charged with rape, but that was later dropped. In the end, jurors sided with Shannon. His response so far, only this video.
You set the trend. Ooh, talk heavy, George. Because you don't want who God put in position to lead this generation. You don't want who God put in position to lead your family. You don't want who God put in position to break through and not break down.
We've reached out to the Douglas County District Attorney, and the spokesperson says, quote, it takes tremendous courage for a survivor of sexual assault to come forward. We will continue to pursue justice on behalf of survivors. Shannon's attorney just got back to us as well, and they say, quote, as we stated in September of 23, we empathetically denied these charges and waited for our day in court. That time has come. The jury has spoken and justice was served. The public owes Terrence Shannon Jr. an apology. Reporting in the newsroom, Amanda Brennan, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Amanda, thank you so much. Now, Shannon's teammates responded to the verdict on social media. Coleman Hawkins said he was not celebrating the verdict because, quote, I know who my guy is. He also said, imagine playing in front of sellout crowds with people saying the craziest things to you, and you're innocent. Extremely proud of my guy to be able to block out all of that noise and compete at an extremely high level. Marcus Damask and Luke Goody also both responded. Marcus saying, mood, go be great in the league.
Just describe right now just your feelings, your anticipation for tonight. I'm sure an evening you've been dreaming about since you were a little kid.
Man, I mean, it's just like a dream coming true. And I'm just grateful and happy for the opportunity to be able to play in the NBA soon and become an NBA player. But man, I'm just grateful. And I'm shocked, honestly, man. It's just it's a crazy moment, man. Out of body experience.
Why the shock?
I mean, it's just something that I dreamed of my whole life, and it's coming to reality, and all my hard work is paid off. And I mean, you would have these dreams, but like everybody don't make it this far. So I'm just happy that I'm blessed and one of the ones that has made it this far.
Take me through who's going to be there tonight, what the vibe's going to be like at Joy District.
Um, I mean, I just invited a lot of my friends, family, previous coaches, teammates. But yeah, that's really it, man. Just friends, family, coaches, teammates.
I know you just over really the last 2 weeks have been starting to attend these draft workouts and get the teams to know you and you know the teams. What has that process been like? Just kind of cramming a lot into a short amount of time leading up to today.
I mean, it's just been going. You know, you can only control what you can control, and I had to cram in my workouts, like you said. I had 8 workouts in 9 days, and I did the best I could at every workout. Went hard, and I didn't make no excuses. Nobody would care about what I had going on, so I just had to do what I had to do.
That's a lot. 8 and 9 days though. It's it probably wears on your body and probably mentally a little bit too.
No, it was all good, man. It was all good.
Were the Bulls one of those teams? And if so, what was that conversation and that workout like with them?
Yes, the Bulls were one of them. They were actually my second team I worked out with. It went well. It was a good workout. I feel like I worked out really well for the Bulls. And I've been there before, so it was just circling back with those guys, and we had a good conversation.
There seems to be some, momentum building where they like you, and we've seen some mocks where maybe they take you at 11 or trade back to take you. What would it mean to you if your hometown team ends up selecting you?
Oh, that'd be crazy. I like I said, I'll be grateful. I'll be playing for my hometown and looking to get them a championship wherever I go.
What were some of the things that teams wanted to know about you?
That I'm a nice kid. I make people laugh. I take care of everybody around me. I'm a good leader. I'm gonna work hard and I give my best shot every day.
Obviously, you dealt with so much off the court this season. How did you remain focused on ball and trying to lead Illinois to a Big Ten championship, which you did in the tournament, and then as far as you could in the NCAA tournament?
Just controlling what you can control. I can only control basketball. I can control the legal system or whatever. I can just control basketball, feeding into my teammates, my coaches, and that's what I did. I just went at that every day.
When you talked at the combine here, you had said you were hopeful and looking forward to your day in court. And obviously, you had that finally a couple weeks ago. The jury found you not guilty. Just take me through the emotions and the feelings when you were, you know, ruled non guilty and you were able to kind of move on with your life and to be able to be exonerated of anything that you were initially accused of.
I would say it's a feeling that I can't describe because I never felt that feeling before. It was new to me, a new situation to me, and but I'm just happy to have that past me, and I'm able to go on with my life, just living how I've been living.
You seem, I mean, like you said, you're a joyful kid. You're funny. You're enthusiastic about everything. Did you ever at times get down or think like, why is this happening to me? Like, did you ever kind of lose that brightness that you have?
I mean, it was a time I felt that way. But then again, like you can't feel sorry for yourself, and you wanna put as much positivity towards things as much as you can, and that's what I did. And just me getting down on myself, I just put myself in a bad place. My teammates would be looking, and I wouldn't want them to feel or worry about me. So I just had to stay positive and keep a smile on my face.
And then one thing I saw your attorney had said after the non guilty verdict was that he thought the public owes you an apology. Do you think you need an apology from anyone?
Uh, I mean, that's for them to decide, man. I can't make nobody say or do anything. So that's for everybody else to decide.
And then finally, Terrence, when a team does select you tonight, um, when that fan base learns more about you as a basketball player too, what kind of skills do you think are most going to translate to the NBA?
My defense, score in transition, and just the way I compete, the energy I bring to the game. I feel like it'll be really impactful.
Terrence Shannon Jr.'s jersey will hang in the rafters at State Farm Center. Illinois Athletic Director Josh Whitman says today he FaceTimed Shannon last night to share the news. Shannon will be the third player in head coach Brad Underwood's tenure to forever be remembered at State Farm Center, joining Ayo Dosunmu and Kofi Coburn. The exception had to be made, though. Shannon did not qualify based on the criteria of the Honor Jersey program at Illinois, mainly a consensus All-American. Shannon certainly played like one, though, averaging 23 points per game this season. That's best for third in the country. But his ongoing legal situation made an impact on voters. After being found not guilty of a rape charge in Kansas last week, he will see his zero jersey among the all-time greats.
Given the season that he had, one of the great seasons in the history of our program, it was clear to, I think, anybody who follows college basketball that he was one of the top 10 players in the country, probably one of the top 2 or 3 players in the country, and only for the situation that he had to go through that he didn't get the votes to be the consensus All-American that our policy requires. And so we were excited to grant an exception there and look forward to celebrating him, letting our fans thank him for all that he's done in helping advance this program.
Whitman added he's still working through the student-athlete misconduct policy following the legal situation and suspension of Shannon, adding he expects any changes to be implemented to that policy before the new school year starts.
Welcome to the party that is Terrence Shannon Jr.'s draft night, and the party is certainly on here in downtown Chicago as Terrence Shannon Jr. hears his name, 27th overall to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Take a look at this scene here behind me. A lot of people crowded in here, all excited for Terrence, and the first Illini basketball player to go in the first round since Myers Leonard in 2012. It has been more than a decade since an Illinois player has been able to celebrate in a moment like this. And there was a lot of anticipation for Terrence, who there was some buzz earlier on today that he may go as high as a top 20 pick. That didn't happen, as he had to wait to hear his name called until after the 10 o'clock hour, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are the team that selects Shannon, 27th overall. It's familiar territory for Terrence. Remember, the Big Ten tournament was in Minneapolis earlier this season in March. He shined there, put up multiple 30-point games. Now he's going back to the Target Center to begin his pro career. And this is a big-time payday for Shannon. According to Sportico, Shannon will cash in on a $5.2 million 2-year guaranteed contract for getting drafted 27th overall. The 4-year team option worth as much as $13.1 million for Terrence Shannon Jr., who, look, it's been a pretty good month for him, all things considered. He had the trial where he was acquitted of a rape charge in Kansas just 2 weeks ago. Then he comes in to draft night with a whole lot more buzz and certainty about his pro future now that his legal situation is behind him, and he gets to celebrate this moment with his family and friends here. About 100 people in attendance here just off the riverfront in Chicago, and you saw the emotion for Terrence being right there with his family and friends. And now it's all about celebrating your first-round draft pick, Terrence Shannon Jr. Brad Underwood in the house tonight, a lot of his teammates and assistant coaches. Angel Reese here as well, showing her support for Shannon. And as like you can hear in the music, the party is going to be on here. I'm going to head down and talk to Terrence. We'll have plenty more content coming up on our website and on my social media channels. What a night here in Chicago for the Illini and for Terrence Shannon Jr., 27th overall to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Reporting live in Chicago, I'm Brett Behrens. Back to you guys in the studio.
How you doing? This is Nathaniel Phillips Jr. Today I want to talk about Terrence Shannon Jr. of the University of Illinois. Recently, Terrence Shannon Jr. was drafted in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Congratulations to him. So very happy and proud of the young man. Also, his jersey will be retired by the University of Illinois. As you know, Terrence Shannon had an amazing career with the University of Illinois. I believe he was there for 2 seasons. And also, he had an amazing run in the NCAA tournament, helping Illinois achieve things that they haven't achieved in decades, as far as making it to the Elite Eight and being one of the best teams in the NCAA tournament. Terrence Shannon Jr. is an elite scorer, left-hand kid, get to the basket whenever he wants to, get to the foul line whenever he wants to. And it was just an amazing thing to see, even with all the controversy that he was going through, with the allegations that he had going on. He was found not guilty. And he went through these allegations during the season. The university and the coaching staff and administration of the University of Illinois stood behind him. They decided to allow him to play and get back, during the season. The team actually started struggling during the season without him. As soon as he got back, they started doing well, winning the Big Ten tournament, getting into the NCAA tournament, getting all the way to the last final teams. And like I said, he played amazing. He played really well, and he's just an amazing player, an amazing athlete. For him to get through the season with all of that going on, as one of his teammates said, he was going through so much because the crowds were heckling him and saying things about him, about his case, and now he's found not guilty. And it's just amazing how much confidence he showed and how much poise he showed to get through the season, and to help be one of the best players in the NCAA tournament, to be one of the best players in the whole college basketball league. He is a Chicago kid, Lincoln Park High School. Played for a legendary high school coach, legendary AAU coach with the Chicago Demons, and Coach Vince Carter. And it's just so happy to see one of our Chicago kids come out and get drafted, because we've had so many Chicago kids get in trouble and come out on the opposite end. And it's just so happy for him that he was able to come out not guilty and just get drafted. Like I said, it was just so impressive to see him get through the season and get through the tournament and watch him make an incredible run. And even with so much going on, and then for him to continue to work out, work hard, not be depressed, not be down, and to stay positive and stay prayed up through all of the events that he went through. Because a lot of times mentally, if your mental is not there, it can be very hard to get through certain type of things. And we see that he has, not only did he have the support of the university and the administration and the coaches and his teammates, but he had the support of his family. And a strong family is very important to be there and help you get through certain things that you probably would not get through on your own. I'm just happy that he had that support. A lot of our African American young men doesn't really have that much community support, especially black men who are trying to do positive things as far as graduating and getting an education. I'm just so happy that Terrence Shannon Jr. has that support from the community, has that support from his family, and it's going to be amazing to see him playing in the NBA. Can't wait to see him dressed up and playing in the NBA, and alongside one of the best players, one of the best players in the league, and also alongside one of the best teams in the league, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. They have one of the best players in the whole league. And Terrence Shannon Jr. is just going to add to that team, because he's one of the best scorers. Best scorers in NCAA. Also, he's one of the best rebounding guards and one of the best defensive guards. He got a lot of steals with the University of Illinois. And again, just wanted to say congratulations to Terrence Shannon Jr. Congratulations on overcoming everything, and just congratulations on how much support that you have from the Chicago community, the Champaign community, University of Illinois, the city of Chicago, and your family. Congratulations on the strong family that you have, man. That's that's a blessing. This is Nathaniel Sosa signing out, and y'all have a good one.